I'm very excited to be back here at Bar Ilan for the second conference, international conference on halacha and bioethics. Today, you will be exposed to the most current, cutting-edge biotechnologies in the area of genetics and reproductive medicine. These technologies are here, and they'll have a really pronounced effect on your lives, on the lives of your children, and the lives of your grandchildren. And in this multidisciplinary conference, we have really recruited some of the most renowned experts in the areas of science, halacha, law, bioethics, and psychology to analyze how these new technologies will impact society. In addition, we today will present to you some of the experts in halacha and bioethics to try to attempt to resolve and manage the emerging ethical issues arising from these biotechnologies. The ability of our halachic authorities to confront and to deliberate these bioethical challenges is really remarkable. I first of all want to thank the organizing committee for this conference. First to Professor Uri Nir, the Dean of Life Sciences at Bar Ilan, and to Rabbi Daniel Sperber, who is the president of the Institute of Advanced Torah Studies at Bar Ilan, to Rabbi Shabtai Rappaport, who's the Rosh Beis Medrash of the Advanced Torah Institute at Bar Ilan, and finally to Rabbi Altshul, who is the director of the Jesselyn Institute of Advanced Torah Studies. Rabbi Altshul and I go back many, many years, and it's really the first time we've worked together, and it's been really a pleasure, and I think Bar Ilan should be very privileged and appreciative of all his efforts to have such a talented person here at Bar Ilan. I also want to thank their staff. I don't know all the staff, but just highlight two people. Kobe, who was part of the 2005 conference that we held here, and has always been a catalyst to ensure that these conferences proceed smoothly. And also to Diana, who is Rabbi Altshul's administrative assistant. Now, I want to take 2 minutes just to thank the sponsors who have provided both financial and intellectual support for this conference. From Columbia University, you will hear Dr. Ruth Fishbach, who is the director for the Center of Bioethics. She has been a mentor and a colleague to many of us at Columbia University. And we have Dr. Kenneth Prager, who's professor of clinical medicine and also chair of the Medical Ethics Committee. And I must tell you that he faces some of the most challenging medical ethics dilemmas that our hospital faces on a daily basis. And his ability and capacity to deal and to resolve these real-life situations is really a Kiddush Hashem for us. And I will introduce Eric Schoen later. And I want to thank the people from Albert Einstein College of Medicine, the Dean, Dr. Ed Burns, who's a longtime colleague and friend, and for sending Dr. Gil Atzmon, who's professor, Department of Medicine and Genetics, who published one of the seminal works on Jewish population genetics that was highlighted in the Jerusalem Post last Friday, and it's a paper that we all look forward to reading to in the next few days. I want to thank Touro College of Osteopathic Medicine, the Dean, Dr. Robert Goldberg, who has supported this conference from day one, and Dr. Gary Steinman, who's coming shortly. He's a professor and chair of biochemistry. He is a professor who integrates and translates both clinical research and academic skills in the area of reproductive medicine. I would like to thank Dr. Tzvi Weinreb, who is the Executive Vice President Emeritus of the Orthodox Union. He's a clinical psychologist and probably one of the leading halachic psychologists in the world. I want to give thanks to the Jewish press, to Jerry Wartsky, who is if you don't know him, he's a long life supporter of many Jewish causes in Israel. And I want to thank the Henry and Bertha and Edward Rothman Foundation, who has been generous in providing some support for this. And finally, I want to thank the International Academic Friends of Israel. IAFI, as it's called, is an organization that's devoted to promoting and supporting the free and open exchange of ideas and information in the international academic community. IAFI has been a major player in diffusing British, Norwegian, and even US university boycotts or attempts to boycotts against Israeli academics. And if you want more information, there should be some in your package. And they really have gone all out to try to limit the effect of these boycotts on Israeli academics. I want to give recognition to Nadav Kidron, who was part of the original conference and also a major player in making sure these conferences get off the ground. And finally, I have to say Achron Chaviv to Rabbi Moshe Tendler, who unfortunately could not come due to academic responsibilities at Yeshiva University. He is a firm supporter, both publicly and privately, in all these conferences, and a major player. So, as I speak all over the world, I'm constantly recognized and valued that our people, the Jewish nation, serves as the leader in promoting to all societies moral and ethical values, and especially in the area of medical ethics. This conference represents a small part of our directive and mission of Tikkun Olam, and it's something that can make us proud of our nation and of our people. And I think this is a very important outcome and message of this conference. And I'd like to introduce now to you Dr. Uri Nir.